Typically, ServiceNow teams gather in a conference room, brainstorming around a whiteboard filled with hand-drawn requirements. The process of drafting the requirements, creating the technical design, and developing the final product often spans days, weeks, or even months. With Blueprint AI, watch as we move from capturing initial requirements to generating detailed technical specifications, all the way to a product review in a fraction of the time. Let's take a look at an example of requirements for a new catalog item titled Request Hardware or Software. We have specified a list of fields to be created along with their criteria. These could be mandatory, read-only, drop-down options, or even more advanced functionality, such as auto-populating fields based on the selection of another. For example, the name field should be mandatory and pull from a list of all active users with related fields auto-populating based on the selected name. The process flow in this example is a simple flow that starts with a group approval followed by a catalog task. Let's take a look at how we can use Blueprint AI to transform these requirements to a fully functioning product. To begin, click on the first drop-down and select Create New Catalog Item. Next, provide a short description of the catalog item. Click the Upload button to attach the requirements from the whiteboard image. In the next text box, we do not need to provide a more detailed description because the details are already included in the attachment. We'll select New Process. With this option, a new flow will be generated. Then we choose to have AI generate all the questions on the form automatically. Now we submit to generate the Blueprint record. This is the core record that drives the process within Blueprint AI. As we scroll down, we can see all the business requirements that were automatically generated from the image. This field includes essential details about the catalog item, such as the name, business objective, the recommended category, and associated metadata. As we continue scrolling, we see the details of the process flow that were automatically generated from the image. This section outlines each step of the process, including decision points, approvals, tasks, and their respective conditions, guiding the flow from start to finish. Finally, we arrive at the section listing the questions, where each question is presented with specific details. These include whether it is mandatory, the type of variable it represents, and if it's a reference variable, the table it references. For choice-based questions, you'll see the listed choices, and for all questions, any conditions that determine their visibility or mandatory status, ensuring the form behaves dynamically based on user input. With everything in place, we proceed to submit these requirements for approval. After the requirements are approved, the technical design is automatically generated, bringing us one step closer to a complete solution. Let's click on the Technical Design tab and scroll down to view the detailed specifications. As we scroll, we see the technical details, starting with the catalog item specifics. Based on the approved requirements, AI determined that a script include was necessary, and the details for it are outlined here. We also see the total number of variables and their respective technical details. Additionally, the AI identified the need for catalog UI policies and catalog client scripts, and their corresponding details are included. Finally, the flow details are clearly laid out, ensuring everything aligns with the original requirements. The technical design details are now queued up for approval, and once approved, the automated development process will begin. We scroll up to the Blueprint record and click on the link in the General Information tab. This takes us directly to the sister Blueprint record in the development instance. Here we witness the automated development process in action. As we scroll down to the Blueprint Records tab, we see 21 records automatically generated. One catalog item, one flow, one script include, 2 catalog client scripts, 6 catalog UI policies, and 10 variables. Now, let's take a look at the catalog item, how it was built, and how it's associated with all the other components. The catalog item record presents all the essential fields with key data seamlessly populated from the requirements, including catalog, category, short description, long description, and metadata. As we scroll down, the related lists reveal the corresponding variables, catalog UI policies, and catalog client scripts that have been linked based on the requirements. Now, let's take a look at how the catalog item performs in action. This is the fully developed catalog item. Let's fill out the form. First, we select a name from the list of all active users. Watch as the fields below instantly populate based on the name selected. Next, we choose hardware in the request type. Notice how the hardware details field becomes visible and mandatory. Finally, we specify the urgency and provide the business justification. Now, we're ready to submit and watch the flow in action. After submitting the request, we're presented with a request number. Let's drill into that number. Next, we scroll down to the rhythm where the flow is currently running. As we continue scrolling through the rhythm, we pass by the fields we filled out earlier. We notice there are 2 pending approvals. This is because the flow routed the approvals to the procurement group, which has 2 active members. We'll go ahead and approve on behalf of one of the members. Now, we see that a catalog task has been generated for the field services group. We'll close this task. Finally, with the last task in the flow completed, we see the rhythm is set to closed complete, bringing the process to an end. As you've seen, Blueprint AI transforms the way you work in ServiceNow. From initial requirements to technical design all the way to automated development, Blueprint AI streamlines every step. Say goodbye to the lengthy manual processes of the past and hello to a faster, smarter future.